I'm Kevin Casey. I'm a professional mixed martial arts fighter. And right now, what I'm about to do is issue a warning out to all other competitors.
I don't want overs. I just expect them to happen.
Fatty's gonna fatty is real.
Oh, give me fucking truth, baby. Come on. Let's go.
How have I been this successful in life?
Welcome to this week's edition of the MMA Analysis Podcast. I am your host, Waste of Fucking Time. As expected, as we profited from just wasting fights from an all-time great. Wes, how we doing?
Yeah, pretty good. Lots of sports going on now, which is fun. Super Bowl week. The
stress-free Super Bowl week for you, sir.
Great, yeah, absolutely great. Win more money on Pats, but I'm cheering for the Seahawks because fuck the Pats. But yeah, we got the old rednecks turning left is back tonight, even though I got pretty washed on this shitty exhibition race to start the year. But glad that's back. Yeah, and then we got this card after, like you started the top of the show off of watching an all-time great get wasted like he ain't got many of these, and completely wasted on, like, I don't know what you was seeing. If you was seeing Lopez winning this fight, like I clipping Volk, like that's what I saw pretty much everybody say that bet Diego was, oh, he's gonna get him. He got him that first time, and I don't think he really got him that first time.
He landed one strike,
and it wasn't even like he like clipped him bad or something. It was more balance and shit too. Just like in this fight, he like got Volk like one time, and Volk's balance was a little off and shit. But yeah, that was just one-way traffic. Like this kid broke both of his feet trying to throw leg kicks on Volkanovski, and like, man, Volk is, what is he, 36 or 37 now? And you can say that like he's as good as ever, of course. Maybe some are like, oh, he's getting better at his performance ever. He was going against a guy he completely outclassed a second time within a year. Of course he was going to look fucking way better against this guy. He knew, and man, masterclass, like complete masterclass. Wasted time. And I don't know, I guess this week they announced Eloev is finally gonna get a number one contenders fight, I guess. Here we'll see about that, because I think he probably fucking rolls Lerone Murphy. I know a lot of people want to believe in that guy, but Eloev's the truth. Like, he's got a path to make things interesting in a fight with Volk, I think. So we'll see if he gets that shot. But yeah, just a waste of a fight here, Volk. But like, supreme performance, man. That looked like an all-time great. I will slow down on let's slow down on the greatest of all time in this division and shit. Like, I don't think he's got some good performances. I know people will put Volk's max performances kind of put him over the top. I understand that. I do. I would argue that Max won one of those fights. Just my humble opinion, but he's right there. There is the argument to be made that Volk is the greatest ever in this division.
It's tough. I mean, when you're going against a type of all-time fighter like Max Holloway, and you go at minimum 2-1 or 3-0 against a guy that good, that is pretty damn good. I know we have our nostalgia of Aldo and what he was able to do. Both of these guys, unbelievable all-time greats.
Clear one too. Like, I don't. Yep. It's 1-1A for sure, no doubt about that.
Yes, sir. Yeah, like obviously the I guess the concern that we talked about last year, Volk 37 at these lower weight classes, is a bit concerning. He has, got hit sometimes in his career, obviously finished by Makachev and Topuria, but man, against a guy that, you know, everybody thought could make some adjustments, he made very, very few. You got to take the one of the all-time fight IQ strategy fighters against a guy like that when he's minus 140, 150. Yeah, Capoza kind of summed it up. He's like, I just don't understand what the fuck anyone thought would be different. Lopez has been fighting for 14 years and he has 34 fights. He's basically a finished product. And like, I know he is only 31 years old, but he's been, yeah, like he said, he's been fighting for 14 years. And like, you can make minor improvements, but man, he was confused in there. Threw a bit more than he did last time, but yeah, waste.
There is something you can make arguments sometimes of 31-year-old quote unquote prospects. There is a case to be made sometimes, not when they have 14 years of experience already and 30 fights. Then you are what you are,
especially at the lower weight classes too. That's a tough thing.
And that makes you look kind of even worse. And I don't think Volk's game is necessarily gonna be penalized as much at age down here because he doesn't rely on necessarily that sort of speed and athleticism in his game. Way more high fight IQ guy, which helps. But Lopez is still 31 years old, man. And like you got just circles ran on you by a 37-year-old with quite a bit of miles himself. That's just I don't agree that you can't necessarily get slightly better, over time. Like we watched Volk do it. Who's training this guy? Because they literally changed nothing. That fight looked like the first one, but like to another level for Volk. Like, I don't know who's coaching him and who's doing game plans on him. I mean, maybe call up Luca and get this guy to run some tape for y'all or something, because it would be better than whatever the fuck they were putting in Diego Lopez's head.
It's a bad look. It's a bad look on everybody to be gifted that rematch after only one win and to just have that kind of performance without making adjustments is just a terrible look.
I think he obviously got it off of just a crazy performance that I think was more the fault of one dude over him performing, because we'll talk about that other dude who I think is a fucking problem in this weight class. And I think he like redeemed himself, a little bit for sure.
Yep. Rest of the main card. BSD takes out Dan Hooker, who it was
I'd make that bet again. Yeah. I would make that bet again, bro. Straight up.
Plus 300, whatever the fuck we got Hooker at. Man, BSD.
He's gonna get laid out.
He is highly skilled, but he's also just absolutely eats strikes for dinner. And it will come back to haunt him. It did against Poirier. And I think once you get to the elite of elite, it will come to fruition. But also Dan Hooker, just absolute moron going for a takedown.
Yeah.
When you should have just been throwing volume to tire this guy out, because it seemed to be working and just pissed it away.
Talk about doing some tape. They're gonna some high level striker is going to that BSD body, because every front fucking kick that Hooker was landing on that guy, you could see it in his fucking face. And then dummy goes for a takedown. Just all he had to do was keep lighting that body up. I thought at one point there early, like I thought it was done. Like BSD crumbled up and was like backing up, like, oh shit, he's hurt. And everyone that landed after that, man, you could see it on his face. And this brain dead idiot fucking tries to take BSD down.
We'll get him. Rest of these, Mauricio Hoofy takes out the consensus bet of the week. We're sorry, Fizzy Pop, we mushed you. Taliesin Teixeira, Fatties, gonna Fatty, no doubt about it, defeats Tai Tuivasa in the year of the Lord 2026. He's losing a round and going the decision against Tai Tuivasa. Yep. Quillen Salkeld gets rid of Jamie Mullarkey. Wes, what do you got on the last three?
Yeah, man, Fizzy looked really, really good. And then for some inexplicable reason, refused to throw anything from about 90 seconds left in the first round right into the second round. And then Hoofy just gets his timing eventually and fucking catches him. Fizzy refused to fucking wrestle, grapple at all. There was a couple times when he like ducked in and shot right in and grabbed him and got a hold of him whenever he wanted and just kind of like grinded on the cage a little and backed up and started striking again. But was doing great doing that. Just stopped. I don't know what happened. I seriously don't. It was just faint. Like one big fucking shot that Hoofy just kind of backed up off of. And then, like I said, eventually got his timing and like great finish and great performance for Hoofy. But I don't know what happened to Fizzy like at the end of that first round. Like he just stopped. Tai Tuivasa's lost like 22 in a row and is still like getting fights. And then this Teixeira guy, holy shit, how bad is this dude? Went 15. I played fight starts round 2 at like plus 135, sprinkled a little over 1.5 untracked, but I had to take a little of that, like plus 220. Didn't go the full fucking boat and do the fight goes, but my goodness, man. The numbers on either one of those dudes by decision, I think Tuivasa was like 22-1 and Teixeira was like 18-1 by decision or something like that. Just wild numbers. Yeah, and Solid Kid, he beat up a bum. The guy's got finishing ability, so maybe he's okay. Maybe a little better opponent next time out.
I'm sad that Brad does not give a fuck enough to have bet that Fatties fight, because he was doing
he'd have done
absolute trifecta. We're going
absolutely.
over 1.5, over 2.5 decision, fucking the whole shebang. Amazing.
I'm wondering whose decision he would have ended up on, because it would have been in a round robin. I don't know who he would have took there though.
That is a good question,
because he would have been on one of them in a round robin. Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Hoofy still doesn't answer us all the questions, but I mean, he was able to, survive that early onslaught by Fizzy Pop. So that's good, but I still have questions about his overall game. And yeah, Salkid did what he was supposed to do against Jamie Mullarkey. Rest of the prelims, Billy Alicana survives, almost gets embarrassed and finished by Junior Taffa, and then does what he should do. Cameron Rouston beats the Bumdage. Jacob Malkoon, we talked about this a bit, Wes. I knew his stand-up was going to look light years ahead because Finney fucking is terrible. But let's not go too far. It's mostly because he was fighting Torres Finney, not because Jacob Malkoon's stand-up is anything special. To be fair, the guy has not lost to bums. He might be a lot better than we ever thought he was going to be. Remember when he was just Whitaker's wrestling coach? Yeah, he's made a decent career out of himself. Maybe he'll get a step up. Jonathan McAuliffe, rear naked choke, Oman Elliott, good fight. Elliott looked good early, and then unfortunately, Con Offley did not beat the Yizza. That was bad. And then we had the 3 road to the UFC fights. Don't care about any of them other than sweet KO knee when you are absolutely losing the fight.
Yeah, that was awesome. Billy, I don't know, man. I don't know about that guy. I feel like I'm gonna have to get him at one time. Roasting, kind of the same, because he was getting caught a little bit by Cody.
These are bums. These are bums that are barely beating. Well, not barely beating, but eventually beating the bottom of the barrel.
The bottom of the barrel, man. Yeah. Yeah, Malcolm, who he's fighting. The Oban beat was kind of bad. A nice number on Oban Elliott, man, and he looked very good in that fight until he didn't. And yeah, the Yizza, we're already off and running first of the year on getting just outrageously bad decisions already. We're fucking off and running. There's one on the board.
Whew. Yeah. Amazing. Anything else you want to chat about this card? Anything?
I don't think there's really too much.
There's not much. Props to the road to UFC fighter that tried to beat the scale with the old lean, but he miscalculated and went a little too light.
That's why DC's an all-time great, and man knows all the tricks. You can't go in there and be off by 3.5 pounds, bro. Like you got to be better than that.
You got to practice that shit. I don't know what he was thinking. So yeah, that'll do it for last week. We have some cards coming up. We're in the warehouse for the first time in the Paramount era. So yeah, that's gonna be something. These are some cards coming up. There's you can pick and choose. There's a couple fights on each card before we get to something very good in UFC 326. That is gonna be a hell of a time. But we're gonna try to break down this card. It's interesting. Wes, did you fucking know that Catch a Beating is somehow still in the motherfucking UFC? Like, what are we doing here?
I mean, she did have 1 win out of 4, so that kind of keeps you around in the.
That's mid round. That's mid ranked in the women's division right there. We got something called Caligula taking on Catch a Beating. Caligula -150 favorite. Wes, what are we doing?
Yeah, if I want something to start the card, like I know Catch a Beating like gets out of there. I don't know, man. Do I want to bet the over? Will I be like half lit on red wine by then? What time? What time's this card start here?
So it starts. Let's check the old Tout Master. It starts at 6 Eastern, so not as early as the other numbered events recently, but 6 Eastern.
Yeah, I think Caligula probably wins. I don't even really like an over in this fight. Catch a Beating probably rolls over and dies at some point. So yeah, pass. It's bad.
What this is? Catch a Beating by KO is like +180. I mean, there's some better numbers out there, but what the fuck are we doing here?
Nothing.
Like, that's man. I thought I was gonna get like some cool number on her to finish, and can't even get that. So we're not gonna talk about it. This one's actually should be fun, I think. Bantamweight division. We got Gafarov taking on the Wikilats, who sent Pachi Mix to Japan.
Back to Japan.
Yep.
Lie your ass back. Yeah, I don't know how good the old Wikilaus is off of that fight. I mean, it was a split. Patchy did like, I know he took 1 round in there, then like gassed bad. So I just don't know how good he is. Like, I lean Gafarov here. I think it's still going to be a very, very close fight. And I think it goes 15 minutes. It's just going to be kind of a grimy fight, slow kickboxing on the feet. Gafarov doesn't really get, a ton of finishes on dudes kind of at this level. I know he caught Saeed in a quick choke a few back, but that's an aberration. And then like the old Wickalax, he had like a couple finishes over, and I believe he was in KSW, but most of his against decent guys over there were going 15-2. So I just kind of see a back and forth kind of close fight here. And I like the over more than anything. I think this gets to the cards. I think if you like a side, look at them by decision, because you'll probably get an okay number on that here. I lean Gafarov. I think he just does a little more, hits a little harder, usually has some decent output. So lean Gafarov, but don't really want to lay like a minus 140 here. So a little over 2.5 for me.
That total is surprising. Gafarov, he got, ninja choked by Saeed a couple years ago, but other than that, in the UFC, all his fights have gone to decision. And like you said, Wickalax going to a lot of decisions once he, started fighting good fighters in KSW. So that is quite surprising, actually, that the over 2.5 is, minus 130. I think that's on a card that I don't like much. That kind of sticks out. I think Gafarov is probably a bit better. I think he if there does become some grappling, I think Gafarov is the better wrestler.
Think he'll be on top more.
Yeah,
if it gets to the mat.
There could be some scramblings, but I think he's going to end up on top more than Wickalax. But so might play that over, but we shall see. Another women's fight. We paid for our sins. There hasn't. I think there was only one women fights in the first two cards, so we're getting a couple in the warehouse. Got Kong Wang, everybody Wang Chung, taking on Eduarda Mora. Wes, is Wang gonna smoke this chick?
I mean, has she smoked really anybody? Like, Victoria Laredo and like her first, and since then she fucks up and gets beat by Fernandez. I was on that dog price there.
Big.
Then she goes 15 minutes with Bruna, Brazil, and Lipsky. Like, I don't think she smokes anybody. I mean, Mora's kind of the same. She's just going to be in close kind of decision fights. I mean, I don't know. I don't have my bet on line up, but this over 2.5 at minus 153. I don't know if that's real at Bet Online. That seems like short to me, man. I think this is going 15. I'm not sure what the price is on split decision here, too. Just a split decision bet. That seems like it would be a pretty good bet here, too. I think this is going to go 15 at points get sloppy. Like, I'm going to pick more here. I don't know what people see in Wang, man. Like, it seems like she's got a lot of hype. She's already 33 and shit. She had hype early, gets beat, goes to a couple decisions. Now she's like minus 350, 375. I don't get that. Don't really want to bet more though. So I'm going to try to find the best price on this over 2.5 and probably have a small bet on that.
Yeah, Stitch. Those plus 3.5s. Is that real? That seems.
It's not bad.
It's not bad. Minus 153 is legit at Bet Online. More plus 3.5s at Bet Online is plus 130.
Yeah, I don't hate either of those at all.
I don't hate that. I honestly was kind of taking if I was going to bet anything, I was looking at, throwing a dart at maybe Mora by sub. There's like some plus 900 out there, maybe plus 1,000.
Wayne gases, it could happen. We've seen
Wayne gases, and
we've seen it happen.
Got some grappling, and I still don't know what the Wang's got, but yeah, that plus 3.5 at Bet Online plus 130 is.
Yep, that's a good bet.
Just need one round on all the judges' scorecards, so that probably isn't terrible. Next up, we got two guys that are just don't deserve their last names. We got Saeed Bet Nurmagomedov taking on the Javi Basharat. Wes?
Yeah, we got the shitty rat. I really, really want to fade this guy because I think he is like very bad, but fuck, man. Saeed just, I think he's less shitty. I'll put it that way. So I'm trying not to make these kind of bets, and I've been pretty tight to start the year off, and it's keeping me in profit, small profit, these cards where I'd probably be in small losses if I was playing a lot of these. So probably not going to be able to talk myself into a side bet here, but I think he wins a close decision here.
I just don't know. Just two guys that are are just questionable, and I think the line indicates that. Both guys that have lost to okay fighters, but neither have really impressive wins. So I don't know. I can see this being a close fight where nobody really puts a stamp on it. So I'll probably just stay away and pick the shitty rat. Another women's fight, strawweight division, the aforementioned Bruna Brazil taking on Ketlin Souza. Wes, why?
Yeah, who knows? I will say though, like, should either one of these chicks be a minus 150 favorite against the other though? Like, that doesn't seem real to me. Yeah, if I was to play anything here, there's some Bruna decision out there, like plus 200. That's probably the way I go. Probably not going to make that bet. I think this cruise is 15 minutes. So like over 2.5 is like, it's one of those minus 350s that I think we might be like way off on for a women's over. I think these are usually more like minus 600 nowadays in a fight like this. So maybe a parlay piece. I'll be picking Bruna and Toutmaster. I don't know how either of these chicks is minus 150. And it's another one where I'd like to look up and see what just a split decision bet is again. Probably not a good enough number on a fight like this, but I think this has split decision written all over it.
This is easy. Bruna Brazil alternates wins and losses in UFC, and she won last time. So obviously Ketlin Souza is due for a win. Yeah, if I was playing anything, it would be the over to put in a chalky parlay. I don't know if I like anything chalky on this card, so I might not bet that. Next up, a fight that just got made. Nikolai Varetnikov is going to do bad things probably to the body of Nico Price. Wes?
Is he though? Like, I mean, I'm not betting Nico, but the price seems about right. I don't know if Nikolai's gonna do much of shit. Like, Vanderfort was fucked him up. He lost to Puna.
Getting grappled in those fights though, Wes. He's getting grappled. He ain't getting grappled here, right? Right?
Yeah, who knows? Who knows? There's nothing I like. I have no idea on this fight.
Yeah. Don't know. Nico Price was a weird one. He had a nice streak there at one point, and then the wheels fell off. And then every once in a while he would have an okay performance, but it's looked bad a lot lately. So I know Varetnikov is fucking terrible. He's 1-4 in the UFC if you include Contender Series. He did lose to Michael Morales, but yeah, I'll pick Varetnikov. I think if this does stay on the feet, that he's going to have the edge, and maybe he will be able to catch that chin of Nico Price that seems to be pretty cracked these days.
Who we get?
Speaking of, I guess they're trying to sacrifice Alex Morono. But are they? Daniil Donchenko is a minus 725 favorite. Wes?
Look, I think Donchenko is gonna win this fight. But this is gonna be like the biggest sort of like name guy that this dude's ever fought. He's being priced at minus 700, coming off beating the other best guy in this weight class off of his tough season, but a dude that's like a 155er and was just up fighting at this weight class to get on the show. And I mean, he knocked out another dude on the show, went to a decision. It's not like he has like this huge power like Carlos Leal, who touches you and it's a death touch. And outside of that, Morono has like lost a bunch of fights here in the past couple of years, but he doesn't get like fucking smoked out of there ever. So man, I like the over 1.5 here quite a bit. I just don't see Donchenko smoking Alex Morono in a round. If this gets into the second, like it might cruise to 15. Over 1.5 at plus money seems wildly off to me. Figured it would be a 2.5. So I like on a card that's I'm finding rough to get bets on. I like the over 1.5 here quite a bit. I think Morono, he probably does get clipped. I mean, he starts slowing down a lot now. He gasses. Donchenko doesn't have Carlos Leal fucking death touch power. So over 1.5 plus money.
Yeah, like obviously you said that Morono doesn't get smoked out. You know, he did get smoked out by Leal, but as you said, this guy doesn't seem to have Leal killer power. And yeah, like you said, Morono doesn't really get starched out of there other than save for that one. And I just think they're auto pricing this like he is. I mean, that being said, I think Donchenko is the better fighter. Morono, you know, has hit his ceiling. Yeah. He's, you know, he has not been looking great. But, you know, he took a year off from that KO. Obviously, he's fighting for his job, so I assume he's gonna, you know, have as good of camp as one can. You know, he's at a good camp, so I think he, you know, puts a good effort in. But the way that I would be looking if I really wanted to put something on this is kind of combining your thoughts, which is the over 1.5, and then I might as well just add in Donchenko as well, because I think everybody thinks obviously that Donchenko is going to smoke him, but I think even if this goes late, he's going to win. So maybe get a little better price on the over 1.5 with Donchenko with it. Oh lordy, light heavyweights, it doesn't stop, Wes. We got Dustin Jacoby as a what is he? Wrong spot. Yeah, minus 185 favorite taking on Julius Walker. Amazing.
Yeah, I can't really call this fight, man. I think Jacoby's a slightly better kickboxer than Walker from what I've seen so far. Walker's still fairly young in this game, still only 26. Just horrendous performance against Alonzo Menifield. Didn't look really great last time out. Jacoby's chin is shaky nowadays. So like he's fighting a guy that's a decade younger than him now. This fight seems like it has traps all over it. I have no idea. I wanted to talk myself into an under here, but then I think back to Walker's fucking performances where he just won't do shit. So I don't even know if he's going to be able to engage enough with Jacoby to test his chin, or Jacoby's good kickboxing to get in. So yeah, I'm lost on this fight. I don't even know who I'm going to pick yet. Yeah,
you think that he should have got Sakara out of there, considering Sakara now has 4 losses in the UFC, all by finish, or all except the Walker fight by finish and in the first round. So sometimes he doesn't do shit. But like you said, Jacoby's chin is very concerning against a guy that seems to have decent power when he does throw. I think Jacoby is going to throw enough volume to kind of stifle Walker, and he's just going to kind of be the little bit better striker, and I think that's going to be enough to get him the win. I don't know if he finishes. He's got a decent amount of finishes in the UFC, surprisingly, but I think Jacoby is the one to win the fight. And hopefully someone gets knocked the fuck out, because if this goes long, it's going to be rough to watch. On to the much better part of the card. We're in the bantamweight division, and we got the Gene Matsumoto taking on the good Basharat. Wes?
Yeah, I'm not sure Matsumoto's gonna be able to stop it. I mean, we know what's coming from the old Basharat, and he's probably not going to be able to stop it. So I think we're just going to see a lot of the Basharat controlling and doing what he does fucking horrendously best, that we all got to sit here for 15 minutes and watch it again. So it's minus 260 though, minus 250. Like, it's tough. I don't want to lay juice on the guy, because I feel like at some point, you know what I'm saying, it's going to happen, but I don't think it's going to be here. Him by decisions, like even money or something. I think if you just like Basharat in this fight, just playing by decision, because that dude doesn't finish just about anything. So Basharat's the pick. Probably just won't have anything on this fight.
I think the number's a bit short. Like, I don't think it's short enough that I'm going to play it, because I don't really want to. But I find it hard to believe Basharat.
I figured it would be longer. Yeah, I figured it would be a little longer than that.
It seems like Basharat's going to get takedowns, and he's going to get a ton of top time, and he's going to do a bit of, punching, just enough to keep it down there. And he's probably going to, fairly easily win a decision here. So I'm a bit surprised. I thought it would be closer, 300, 320, 340, something like that.
What he usually is to these kind of guys.
I mean, he's beat some decent guys. So I don't know what exactly they're seeing in the Matsumoto. Miles John, 5 takedowns. Brad Katona, 3 takedowns. Dan Argueta, 9 takedowns. Like, you don't think fucking Basharat's getting takedowns when those guys are getting takedowns?
I mean, if you actually look at it, this is kind of a discount, man. He was minus 550 against Gutierrez, minus 650 against Silva, minus 300 against Lapalus, minus 367 against Rodriguez, minus 395 against Blackshear. You're actually probably getting a discount here with Basharat.
Yeah, like I said, that's a bit surprising. So maybe that's something chalky I can put in a parlay. Next up, 185, but this one might actually be a little bit fun, mostly because it's the Mikey Olowokandi gonna just dust the Canadian. Wes, does he do it, and how quick does he do it?
Man.
Under 1.5, minus 168.
Yeah, I mean, the Candyman KO is like a stupid price too. Candyman KO is like minus 170. Yeah, minus 175 out there. It's gonna happen. Like, he's gonna catch him. Does it come in the first round? I mean, there's a high probability it does, so I can't really play fight starts round 2. Candyman KO minus 175 is just, man, I can't be laying 2-1 on KOs, but that's the outcome. Candyman at some time is laying the hammer.
Yeah, every time that Mr. Barrio, Mr. Power Bar has been knocked out, it's been in the first round.
Yep.
So usually when he's getting flatlined, it's coming quick, but it's a tough fight to play. I don't think there's much there in any kind of way, unless you're gonna go contrarian and take the over and take Olowa Candy over. I don't know. That's seems fairly straightforward. He probably gets it down in round 1, but I don't want to pay that price to see it. So next up, oh Wes, are we gonna get put to sleep? So sad. Jailman it's a sad story because he was a MMA analysis favorite. We hyped him up when he was smoking the real shitty heavyweights, and then we're like, this guy's gonna be fighting for a title, decent chance at and maybe winning a title, and then he just decided not to do anything when he was on the ground against some good fighters. And if he just did a little bit more, this man would not be in this position. So he is a small favorite. This line, did you see what it opened, Wes? The Jailman opened minus 550. At that price, and obviously now based on what the price is now, you have to take the other side. Jailman now minus 150, plus 130 for the Kuniev. Wes, what do you like?
Yeah, I mean, minus 500 is crazy off past performances to a degree because, look, we're at the point I think Jailman knows that he can't do that kind of shit again. I think the Volkov fight was just a bad matchup for him. Like, I think Volkov for some guy.
Dude, he just we were on him. We both were on him. We both agreed with the decision. You couldn't be mad about it. If he literally threw like 5 strikes in a couple in those in that last round, he fucking wins.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Volkov, and it is the problem with Jailman overall. Don't get me wrong. Volkov just fucks with some guys. They do this so big and long. But I agree. Jailman's just got to, especially in that fight. But I mean, like, when he beat all of these guys like Rosenstruck and Derek and fucking Romanov and Speed, like guys that are like, want to call them bums, like it is just a heavyweight division, but he's beating the upper echelon of the heavyweight division, gives one away against Curtis, gives one away against Volkov, and now he's getting a dude that like lost to Curtis. I know that fight got funny. It was close. But that dude is beating nobody. He beat Henan Ferreira and PFL, and it was like
that's former champion Henan Ferreira to you, Wes.
Dude was on so many drugs he'd have burned down a fucking porta potty if he pissed in it in that fight. Look, the price is going back up. I hit Jailman pretty good at minus 135. It got down on circa. That's just crazy to me. That is I'm betting on Jailman literally not being a fucking steaming pile of shit that won't do anything because he is way better. Like, this guy's going to want to wrestle him. Good luck with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, good luck with running and trying to grab a hold of Jailman. I just need him to do something. At minus 135, I'll fucking put my money to see if Jailman will output in this fight against, like, I don't know how good this dude is. Like, I don't think anybody really does. I mean, if you were getting him to whatever the fuck plus 400 or what, I can understand taking a shot there. But at this kind of price, and I will say on the other side, if Jailman's creeping back up to minus 175, minus 180, minus 200, yeah, it gets a little iffy to me without being able to see another fight out of him after that Volkov fight. But at minus 135, I gotta pay to see.
Yeah, the Jailman has been a roller coaster. Obviously, coming into the UFC, he smoked the shitty end of the heavyweight division, and then there was the eye opener that was the Black Beast fight, and he obviously won a one-sided fight. but not being able to finish and just what he was choosing to do when he was on top of Lewis was fucking hard to watch. And then he has the Blades fight and gets a million takedowns in the first round, lands no fucking ground and pound, does nothing with it. And at fucking heavyweight, that shit can cost you because dumb shit happens at heavyweight. These guys are huge. They land a fucking elbow. They land a fucking uppercut. It's over. And I was on Blades in that fight, and he landed those fucking elbows and put him out of there. And then seemed like he learned his lesson. Wasn't fucking around with Romanov. Wasn't fucking around with Spivak. Got those dudes out of there. And then we got the Volkov fight where he should have done more. He needed to do more. He has nobody to be mad about in that fight. There was minimal stuff that he needed to do to give himself the win. And he didn't do it.
Don't something like that seem like it's got to be mental though? Like
I don't know. The dude just doesn't like the ground. The dude just doesn't like the ground and pound. He's a fucking grappler. He does not like the ground and pound. And against a bit better guys, you have to mix both, or else you're not going to just give up. They're not going to just give up their fucking necks. So he just chooses not to punch people or elbow people on the ground, and it's fucking infuriating. So I don't know. I can't bet him here. I honestly was leaning more to betting the Kuniev because I actually like what I saw against Blades. Dude looked fast in there. He, shrugged takedowns. He was quick to stuff takedowns. And I think this fight could get interesting if he does stuff some jailman takedowns. It's just we generally don't see anybody do that. So I mean, I'll pick the jailman. I think he probably does get takedowns, but man, this is going to be a fight where the line is close, but I think it's going to be fairly dominant. Whoever wins, either jailman gets him down and subs him, or if he doesn't and gets some takedown stuff, he's going to get lit up on the feet, I believe. So I'm going to stay away, but I was very tempted to throw some money on Kuniev, even though it's only plus 130. Co-main event, big favorite, the Gucci. He's back again after that unbelievable return to the octagon. Mm-hmm. He's a little pricey, minus 365, taking on Amir Albazi, who was hyped up at one point and then just didn't fight much and lost to good guys.
Yeah, I mean, he lost to one decent guy, and that's been well over a year ago. We haven't seen him since.
I mean, he lost against KKF. I know the win is on his record. He lost that fight, but yes, he obviously didn't fight in 2025. Got kind of exposed a bit against Moreno, but yes, you can take it away.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think Gucci should win this fight. I'm not making a case to bet Albazi or anything. I don't know how you could trust him coming off that fight and the KKF fight and then the Moreno fight and then over a year off. There's no way you can trust him in this spot. I just feel like the Gucci price is just a little much, especially down at this weight class. And I don't think Albazi's like necessarily bad. Like this weight class is. He's very talented. Like all of these dudes are pretty fucking talented, and any given night could have a performance. But I mean, if the motivated Gucci back in the UFC shows up like he did last time out, now he's getting a completely different matchup in this fight than he did against Umbekov. So I think it's a different fight, but like Gucci speed here on the feet is gonna show up big time against Albazi. I think Gucci gets it done, but I just have a hard time laying fucking minus 350 or whatever he is.
I mean, it's tough laying minus 350 on any flyweight. Yep. This is usually, close fights, highly skilled fights that are close, but the number I think is more of, Albazi never fights when he did have that step up against Moreno, he got kind of dusted. And he's, over like 15 months hasn't fought. I think there's going to be a decent speed difference. I think Horiguchi is going to make Albazi miss quite a bit. But yeah, it's tough to to lay that price on a flyweight, even if it is Gucci. And but yeah, I think it's kind of a weird matchup. I thought, like, honestly, they would push Gucci to get a title shot, coming off that big win, but they give him a guy that hasn't fought in fucking forever that nobody really gives a shit about. It's kind of weird matchmaking. So hopefully Gucci just comes in there and smokes this dude and gets either a title shot or a title eliminator fight, because yeah, the sport's better when the Gooch is on top, for sure.
Yeah, it does suck that we lost a clear fucking 4 or 5 years of some prime Goocher. How long was it that he was out of the UFC? It was longer than that, wasn't it?
Ooh, it was long, man. His last UFC fight was in 2016. 10 years. Almost 10 years. Like 9.5 years.
Yeah, like, and I know he had some injuries in there and stuff, but like
he left off a fucking win, man.
Yeah, I mean, he was arguably the best guy in that.
It's so shitty, because that was when they were like, we might be folding the fucking flyweight division. Yep. He's like, well, fuck it, I'm gonna go get paid in Japan. Yep. Just shitty fucking fumbling by the UFC. So I guess we'll take what we can get out of the Gooch, even though, we lost a good amount of his prime, considering, he's 35 years old now. Main event. I know not the biggest names, but honestly, matchups like this are a million times fucking better than some shitty fucking heavyweight, not number 12 versus number 14 heavyweight main event, or a number 13 versus number 15 light heavyweight main event. So,
or any women's title fight.
Of course. We got Mario Bautista as a -175 favorite, taking on the Lok Dog. Wes, this one should be fun, eh?
Yeah, definitely. I think I got Lok Dog as my breakout fighter this year. Maybe. I think I switched it up with Brad.
Brad had last year. You had it this year.
Yeah, I think he was like a year early on the Lok Dog, even though the Lok Dog did like make a little bit of a statement last year. Yeah, I mean, Lok Dog is beat Ricky Simone, the Saeed, which is Kyler Phillips, I think, was a really good win. And look, I think both of these guys are like, they're getting the matchup they both want. Like they both are gonna want to stand up and have some kickboxing. And I think it's gonna be a fairly close fight, but I just think like Bautista wants to leg kick you and break you down over 25 minutes, and the other guy wants to hit you in the fucking face and land hard punches, and judges score that now, as they should. So I think one guy's just going to be landing the harder shit. It's going to be coming forward. Bautista's going to be backing up. He's going to be throwing calf kicks. He's going to be trying to counter. And that shit just doesn't look as good. It doesn't add up as much as a guy coming forward throwing big strikes. I think Lok Dog is going to land enough of those. If any guy's finishing in this fight, I think it's Lok Dog getting a finish. I don't necessarily know if he will, but I think he will land the bigger stuff throughout this fight. I don't think we've ever really seen any gas tank issues out of Lok Dog. That guy comes forward those big, and I haven't seen him slow down over 15 minutes. So I don't know. I don't think Bautista's game will impact that at all over an extra couple rounds if it goes there. So, man, Lok Dog at a dog price here. I think you got to take some of that. Even though I really like Bautista, I think he's a solid fighter, and it's made me some money over the years. I just think we've seen like the peak of Bautista. Like I don't think we've seen the peak of Lok Dog. I think that guy could get better and better and be a player in this division, to where I think Bautista's top is very good. He's gotten to a very good spot, but I think we've seen the top of Bautista. So Lok Dog at, I think there's plus 150 something out there. I'll be on that.
Yeah, I don't like Mario Bautista. It's he fucked us
it is
against Aldo.
boring as shit. Yeah,
It
and then
is boring as shit. And
the
like
auto
I
robbery
mean,
was just
that one's rough. I mean, I guess if you're betting this dude and cashing, fairly easy decisions, I guess that's good for you, but I definitely am not one of those. So I do not enjoy him. So I think Lok Dog's gonna force a fun fight out of him. Um, like you said, if anybody's finishing this fight, it's the Lok Dog. Bautista's chin and durability has looked pretty good since the Trevin Jones fight, but Lok Dog's got some fucking power. He's got some wild shit. I know he's went to a couple decisions lately, but he's gonna do some wild shit, and especially because he's getting the main event spot. I think this is a way for him to look really good and do something wild and rocket up the
a good name.
rankings and get a large step up if he gets an impressive win here, because I don't think the UFC likes Mario Bautista just based on how he fights. So they would much rather have a guy like Lok Dog KOing fools. So I like Lok Dog in this fight. I think he's gonna be landing the bigger, better shots. Mario Bautista is, he's a good fighter, skilled fighter, but doesn't really separate himself that much. And I think Lok Dog has the power and style to put stamps on rounds. So I think he's gonna win. Like you, I don't know if he gets it done. Total on this fight is, around 3.5. It probably goes over. But yeah, I think you gotta take Lok Dog at the plus money. So that's going to be the consensus bet of the week. We got the Lok Dog at plus 148 at the old Bet Online. So we like that, and we'll see if we can mush a third one in a row. Let's hopefully get the consensus bet of the week back on track.
We did it right last week though. Like we knew
the
one we like, but not our biggest bet.
That's right. Unfortunately, with this card, there's not too much to like a lot, so we'll just mush the main event, and that will be that. Looks like we got a week off. Or I'm wrong, and these are the dates. Holy shit! Oh no, we do have a week off. So, Valentine's Day, they're not forcing these mouth breathers to tune in and go to
isn't that like torture for the mouth breathers, because they can be the ones wanting some fights on a Saturday night?
Some self-torture for the old incels is going to be tough on Valentine's Day, but we're coming back where they're going to Houston, Texas. I don't know how I feel about that. Anthony Hernandez is not going to be allowed to smoke weed fight week, and that concerns me. We want this dude to be chill as fuck. So we'll see how that affects his performance.
I think he'll be all right.
Yeah.
I think he'll find a way.
Yeah. But yeah, good co-main event. Dan Ige against the Milk Weasel.
Well, I mean, buried down on the card is Chitty against Carlos Leal. That's gonna be insane, bro.
Yeah,
that's gonna be fucking insane.
That's gonna be violent for however long it lasts. So there's
fun fights on this card. Like there are some fun fights on this card.
Is Jeff Neal versus Uros Medic happening? It's on the old Wikipedia. It's an announced bout. It isn't in there, but I think that's happening. And that's gonna be a wild fight as well.
Yeah.
So
there's some good fights in this
Brahim versus Soriano. Not the I wouldn't say not the best fight, but there's gonna
Zach
be some
Reese
fun
against
fights.
Fucking Pereira. That's gonna be dumb. Like
there's going to be some fun. There's going to be some violence. There's going to be some stupidity. So,
yep,
that's really all you can ask for these days on the old fight night cards for the UFC. So we'll take that. Hopefully Fluffy does the thing, and that should be a fun night. But that will do it. and enjoy the week off. Don't harm yourself on the old Valentine's Day. Nothing else going on. I'm sure there's some boxing or there's next Saturday. If not, watch some Olympics. I guess. That will do it for this week of the MMA Analysis Podcast. You folks have a good one.